Hey guys, Kevin here, and this is Pure Reviews, where I review all kinds of products. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you find this particular video helpful or useful, be sure to hit that like button before you go. Maybe leave a comment. It really helps out the channel a ton, and I greatly appreciate it. So today's product is available on Amazon and also Samsung's website. So there are links below that will take you to the product page where you can see the current price point, see all that information. But what is it? So today's product I want to share with you is the brand new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. This is the box it's going to come in once it arrives, and of course it comes in multiple colors. Once you open it up, you're just going to get a quick start guide. You are going to get a USB to USB Type-C cable. They no longer include the brick adapters. Then you're going to get one of these little pin things, and this is how you're going to put in your micro SD, or your SIM card, not your micro SD card. And then you're going to get the phone itself. So, as you can see, I have the lime green version right here. But overall, this is what the phone looks like. On the top here, you have the microphone. You have little buttons on the side, like the volume and the power button. You have, on the other side, it's just this silver kind of chrome look. On the bottom, you can see right there is a little door where you will put your SIM card, and this phone will take two different SIM cards. If you have two different SIM cards, that is an option. Then right next to it is the USB Type-C charging port, and then right there is where the S Pen is. So you just simply press that, and then your S Pen will pop out. So obviously you can utilize this for taking notes, or you can also use it for a remote trigger if you are taking photos or whatnot. But the S Pen stores nice and neat in the phone. Then on the back here, you can see they have the various colors, and this one has the 5 different cameras. So I'm going to take this video as just kind of, I'm not going to really dive deep into the specs because there's a lot of information if you really care a lot about the specs. This is going to be more like, well, what does the average user like myself think of this phone? So let's cover over some of the stuff. So it does have the latest Snapdragon processor. Basically, as every one of these phones come out, it just comes out with the faster and faster processor. The important part that you need to know with that is the processor is designed to handle higher powered games. So if you like to do the racing games and the more vivid, higher processing powered games, this phone can handle that. As far as the display, this display does have that AL LED, and it's got the QHD Plus screen. Now do note that that is not turned on default. You need to go into your settings and actually turn that on if you want. By turning on that, it does use a lot more power, so the trade-off is you're going to have a little bit less battery usage out of that, your phone, if you have that option on. So let's talk about battery. Well, battery use is widely variant based on what you're utilizing the phone for. If you're utilizing the phone to take a lot of 8K videos or play those high-powered games, it's going to drain a lot faster. If you're just using it for phone calls, text, surfing the web, if you have that brighter screen on, you're going to easily be able to get a day to a day and a half charge, at least. That's at least what I've been noticing out of my usage of the phone so far. Now, let's talk about one of the things that Samsung mentions. This is a more, out of their past phones, a more sustainable product. That's something important to you. They do mention that it utilizes recycled PET, plastics, and glass in the phone. So they are trying to be a little bit more environmental friendly per se. And then the most important thing to me is the camera. So let's go over the various camera aspects that this has, because with my phone now, I really heavily use the camera through my day-to-day life. So that is the most important thing to me personally. It features a 200 megapixel wide camera. It then also features a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. Then it has a 10 megapixel tele 3 times optical zoom. It has that 10 megapixel tele 10 times optical zoom. And then it has 100 times space zoom. Now, the camera on the front, which is very hard to see, it is in the bezel of the glass. That is a 12 megapixel camera. So this phone can shoot up to that 200 megapixel resolution, which is super high resolution. It's worth noting, though, that is not the default. So if you are wanting to select those when you go into the photo settings, simply go over and select those higher settings if you want. It can also shoot up to 8K at 30 frames per second. Once again, that is not the default. You have to go and pick those higher resolutions. The trade-off is it's going to use more battery power, and they're going to use a lot more memory to utilize those photos or in that video modes. So if you like to leave your photos on your phone, you're going to use up your memory a lot quicker. But if you constantly take your photos off and your videos off, then it shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. It also does very well with low light shots, especially those portrait shots. It really does, at least in my opinion, a fantastic job of brightening those up with its software. Other things I want to touch on real quick is as far as movement of the phone, when using the screen, it's very quick to respond. Like I said, it has that very vivid imagery. It does look the colors are very, very bright and everything like that. So if you are in the market for a new cell phone and you are a fan of the Android ecosystem in the Samsung products, I think this one is totally worth checking out. I know it was a big upgrade from my past phone that I had, and I do totally recommend it. If there is something that I didn't cover that you're curious about, feel free to hit me up in the comment section. I do typically respond, and that is it until the next video. You guys, take it easy. Later. Congrats, you made it to the end of the video. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated for the support. Be sure to hit that like button on the video. It really, really does help out. And if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell if you want to get notified when new videos come out on this channel.